I think Berwick has a strong pulse of patriotism. And I think that is why the outpouring was so strong of response. So the Archdiocese of Military Services really is worldwide, because we have our service people deployed worldwide. And they endorse chaplains, priests, to the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, so forth. And each chaplain has to have an endorsement by some endorsing agent. And for a priest, our Catholic priest, this is the endorsing agent. And also for the VA. They provide chaplains for the VA. And then they provide other support mechanisms as far as evangelization, youth, education. They provide resources for that. And we ask $5 donation, and so that money is all going to go to the Archdiocese Military Services. And I thought at the beginning, if we had 50 flags at each parish, St. Joseph and St. Mary's Immaculate Conception, that would be pretty good. Well, we have over 150 at each parish as of today, and we're going to continue this until the 11th of November. And then on the 11th of November, we'll gather at St. Joseph and read the names and have a prayer, and then pray the rosary for all the names at St. Joseph. And then likewise at St. Mary's, we'll do the same.
We mainly focus on veteran, Catholic and youth activities at the Catholic War Veterans. It's a difficult time for veterans because the younger generation just don't typically join organizations. So besides our organization here in Berwick, the Veterans of Foreign War, the American Legion, they're always struggling to keep their membership up and remain an active, viable part. The Catholic War Veterans distributed at the churches poppies for Memorial Day and a cross of peace for Easter. We also maintain the Catholic cemeteries here in Berwick. I served in the Navy. I did 5 years in the regular Navy. I got out and went back to college and did 17 years in the reserves. So I did 22 years. I flew P-3 Orion aircraft, the submarine long-range patrol aircraft. I have just under 5,000 flight hours. My first 5 years I was in the Western Pacific, home ported out of Barbers Point, Hawaii. And in the reserves, I operated out of Willow Grove Naval Air Station outside of Philadelphia. I've been around the world. I was so far west, I've been to the Persian Gulf, and so far east to the Eastern Mediterranean.
Spent 1 year in Vietnam, Tan Son Nhut Air Base, Saigon, taking care of the R&R people, which is rest and recuperation. And it was a great job. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of very, very good people. I try to help out as much as possible with this veteran situation because, as everybody knows, we came back from Vietnam, it wasn't a good situation. Been very active at one time with the Catholic War Vets, and I kind of got a little bit choked up on it. I think it's a great idea. I hope what comes out of this is it goes to where the veterans that need it get it, and hopefully our good pastor continues, or whoever takes over, because I think it's a great idea.
I was a specialist, fourth class, small arms specialist, a rifleman. I was with the 82nd Airborne, 1st Battalion, 1st Brigade, Charlie Company. I served in Vietnam, but I want to tell you is the importance of having a good chaplain with you. When you're 18 years old and you did your first firefight and you come back, you find out very quickly you're not in Kansas anymore. And you need a good priest that can talk to you because you're scared. Anybody says they weren't scared after a firefight ain't telling the truth. You're scared, you're confused. Things that you learned as a child, you find out that don't count no more. So I know a good chaplain helped me along the way. So it's an important program to support, very important.
Joined the Navy in 1969 I went, and actually 1968. Beachmaster Unit 1 in Coronado, California. And that was like the best duty you could ever want, right across from San Diego. And when we were there, you had to go out daily, practically, and do practice on the beach. When the Marines attacked the beach, we had to stay where all the boats go. We were told not to go on the ramp and hold on to. Didn't my petty officer in charge, he's standing on the ramp holding on to the cable. Well, it went slack, and it was like 5 or 6 foot surf. And the boat lifted up, the cable went down and went slack and then snapped, and he went up, flipped, and went under the boat. And I was the only one there bringing that boat in. I ran and dove underneath. Couldn't open your eyes because it was all sand being stirred around. And I'm feeling around, I goes, I'm gonna die. Reaching for this guy. I finally felt his shoulder, and I said, that's not strong enough. I got right here, pulled him up, and I drug him out, along with the 2 swimmers that dove into both sides to save him. He thanked me for saving his life.
Dad took me up in a mountain in Pennsylvania. All our relatives were from the Pittsburgh region. We were all from Cleveland, my side of the family. And said, well, what do you want to do with your life? I said, well, I don't know. I thought about it. So I decided to enlist in the Navy. And the morning I left for boot camp, my grandma put $20 in my boot. Went to boot camp, Great Lakes, Illinois, marching in the snow. I got called down to the chaplain's office. He looked at me and said, well, you're a leader, right? And of course, when you're 20, you think, you're a leader. Sure, yeah, I'm a leader. He said, well, isn't a leader supposed to care about his men? Yeah, I guess I am. So that's where I started to grow up. And what they're trying to do is teach you that what you're about to enter into is going to be difficult. And if you could address the little things as a team, there's no I in team, then you can address the big things. Things are tough. Hope and faith and good versus evil and right versus wrong, and the wisdom to know that back in Christ's time they were dealing with the same stuff, just different circumstances that we're dealing with today. I think that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Please support with your prayers and with your actions our veterans who have served and those who are currently serving, especially those currently serving. Pray for them.